you over to my friend and colleague, Pete Stewart, who, like myself, has come down from the other side of the border. But we've not come to steal your cattle today, just to borrow your ears for a little while. So, Pete Stewart.
I'm going to play, thank you, I'm going to play a couple of sets of tunes on Scottish small pipes. The small pipes in Scotland were revived about 40 years ago now. I used to say 30 years, but it's not 30 years anymore, is it?
Now the people at the back.
Sorry, I'm playing the Scottish small pipes. In Dixon's time, the Scottish small pipes would have been a rather different instrument. The chanter would probably have been about half this size and a lot higher pitched. When they were revived in the late 70s, early 80s, they decided to make them in an imperial pitch. So it's now a lot lower than it used to be. I'm going to play two tunes from a manuscript slightly older than the Dixon one, from Newcastle, from a fiddle player called Henry Atkinson, about whom I know next to nothing. His manuscript was written down in 1695 or thereabouts, and contains a lot of fiddle tunes, but also contains a number of tunes which look very much like they were bagpipe tunes. You don't have to do anything to them in order to be able to play them on this instrument. And two tunes. The first is called Cruds and Way, and the second one he calls Saw You Not My Meggie. Both tunes appear in Scotland. Is that what he calls it? I couldn't read. Cruds and Way. Anyway, when they appear in Scotland, they have different titles, and the one that's called Cruds and Way in Atkinson's manuscript is called What I Got Late Yestreen, in a fiddle manuscript from the northeast of Scotland. But someone's recently found a set of words which say that what he got late yestreen was actually Curds and Whey, which is rather so there's two tunes. To start with, I'm going to play a very brief section from the old border tune to the Twa Corbies, the Ballad of the Twa Corbies, which everyone knows now to a tune which I think came originally from Brittany. So yeah, we'll play that. Dixon tune now that I first played. Well, it was the first Dixon tune I played, and I acquired my tattered copy of Matt's publication not very long after he published it in 1995. It still says 1995 on the page where I wrote my name. And I played this tune in 1996 in the Lowland Border Pipes competition, and I played it in 2006, and blow me, I'm going to play it next year. It's called Honey Claude.
On the poster you may have seen, I talked about the wild border melodies blending with the the Baroque, and that's what you get with the figures in a tune, like the little, which you might expect to hear in a Baroque recorder piece. Now, some of that style was transferred directly to the Northumbrian small pipes, of which Mr. Chris Ormston of Ovinger is one of the world's most famous and best exponents, and he's here tonight with you.
Right, should we do our bit first? Or?
Yes.
Yes, let's do our bit.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's do Wally. Yes, Northumbrian small pipes, just to sort of continue on from what Julie was saying about Robert Reid. Most of the set was made by Robert Reid and North Shields sometime before 1837 when he died. And they belonged to, previously they belonged to young Tom Clough's son. And I was very fortunate to get hold of them. The tune we're going to play first is one called Wally as the Marquis Ran. That does not make any sense. It's a grand little tune.
Check our tune, yeah.
So it's called Wally as the Marquis Ran. If you can't remember that, just shout out, where's Wally? Julia also mentioned a man called Jackie Layson, who died in 1721, and there was a tune in his honour in the Dixon manuscript within 15 years or so. That tune kept getting played and kept getting modified, so it appeared in the John Peacock collection 60 years later, and it was written down by Tom Clough in about 1930 for his son, who played the set, to learn. And the tune obviously evolved over time. But it's a great tune. The story is that Jackie Layton did a dance, and I can't remember where from
Dublin to Morristown.
Dublin to Morristown, and died in the process. The moral of the story is, don't do folk dancing. Right, Jackie Layton, or Jackie Layton as it's called in many manuscripts. Yeah.